Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 11, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, PNP's application for magisterial recount in Mavis Bank division was filed too late, says attorney. Attorney for the Jamaica Labour Party, Georgia Hamilton, says that the People's National Party's application for a magisterial recount in the Mavis Bank division in St. Andrew was dismissed because it was not filed in time. PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell had stated that the application was withdrawn because the party's lawyers assessed that it was unlikely there would be a change in the election result. However, the news has learned that the PNP's application was filed on March 6 by the law firm Jordan and Francis. Under the law, applications for a recount should be filed within 4 days of the final count. The final results were issued by the Electoral Office of Jamaica on February 28. Having read the news report and the assertion of Mr. Dayton Campbell, I felt compelled to reach out to the news to set the record straight. The fact is that the recount in the Mavis Bank division was filed out of time, and the court would have no jurisdiction to proceed with the said recount irrespective of the PNP's assessment of the potential outcome of a magisterial recount, Hamilton said. Hamilton added, in fact, the face of the court raising concerns about whether it had any jurisdiction to undertake the recount. The PNP actually made an ex parte application trying to convince the court that it could proceed with the recount. However, the authorities are quite clear that the requirement to file the application for a recount within 4 days of the final count goes to jurisdiction and is not merely a procedural issue. Judge Alicia McIntosh dealt with the matter. The JLP's Lloyd Benjamin won that division with 1,282 votes over the PNP's Paul Meek with 1,261 votes. March 11 date for former St. James councillor on assault charge. The St. James Parish Court is to be advised by today whether the ex-girlfriend of former St. James Municipal Corporation councillor David Brown, who allegedly attacked her during a confrontation in May 2023, is interested in continuing the matter. Brown, who is charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and malicious destruction of property, had his bail extended when he appeared before presiding parish judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley last Friday. The complainant was not present in court during the proceedings. In outlining the latest update in the matter, the clerk informed Ashley that the complainant had indicated an unwillingness to pursue the case against Brown any further, but had provided no follow-up documentation to that end. I did speak with the officer, and I also spoke with the complainant, and she is not interested in pursuing this matter. When I spoke with her on March 5, I informed her that she could do one of two things: either give a further statement to the police as to her interest, or to attend the court, and she opted to go to the police, the clerk explained. Up to last Thursday, the officer messaged me to say he reached out to her to obtain the statement, but she has not turned up. I tried reaching her up to yesterday, and I did not reach her. Following that revelation, Ashley set the case for continuation on March 11, at which time it will be determined whether the matter will proceed to trial. The allegations are that on May 28, 2023, the complainant, with whom Brown was in a relationship, was sitting in her car when Brown knocked on the vehicle's window. The two got into a quarrel, during which Brown hit the complainant in her face, causing pain and swelling, and also damaged her car window. Brown, who served as the St. James Municipal Corporation's councillor for the Montego Bay West Division, was subsequently suspended from the Jamaica Labour Party following his arrest and charge. Brown had previously run afoul of the law in 2018 in relation to an outstanding warrant from the St. James Family Court about a matter with the mother of his child, and also for allegedly hitting a 65-year-old man with his licensed firearm on August 3 that year. Brown spent 5 days in police custody before eventually being released. The assault case was discontinued in 2019 after the complainant indicated that he did not wish to proceed any further against Brown. Prior to his August 2018 arrest, Brown came under fire for reportedly verbally abusing a woman on social media in March 2018. At that time, the St. James Municipal Corporation's Minority Caucus of the People's National Party served a notice that they would bring a motion to have Brown suspended for his alleged actions. Additionally, Brown's court case drew parallels to similar allegations which were brought against the Westmoreland Central Member of Parliament, George Wright, in 2021. Those allegations arose from controversy over a video which showed a man, purported to be Wright, hitting a woman with his fist and a stool. Wright and his partner Tanisha Singh had reported a confrontation on April 6, 2021 that coincided with the video which went viral days later after Wright never confirmed or denied the allegations against him. The police's investigation eventually ended after the two parties refused to cooperate with the authorities. Interestingly, Brown's latest court hearing took place on International Women's Day, which is celebrated annually on March 8. This year's celebration was held under the theme Investing in Women, Accelerate Progress. The PP commends the prosecutors and the jury for Beachy Stout trial. Jamaica's chief prosecutor has commended the jurors and her staff for their dedication to duty in the just concluded murder trial of Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald and Oscar Barnes, which resulted in both the men being convicted. Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Sophia Rowe and the Crown Counsel Luke Cook presented the state's case against the two men, who were represented by a total of 7 attorneys, to 7 jurors over 6 months. Last Wednesday, the jury found MacDonald and Barnes guilty of the July 20, 2020 murder of MacDonald's second wife, Tonya, bringing to an end what Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn described as a complex case. "I heartily commend my team," Llewellyn said, pointing out that 4 of the 7-member defense counsel are senior to her 2 prosecutors at the bar. The case was complex, a lot of legal issues, a lot of submissions, and they also had to be very good, both the police and the prosecution, in terms of witness care, Llewellyn told the news, making specific reference to one of MacDonald's former employees and Denvelin Bobla Minot, who is serving a 19-year prison sentence for his role in the murder. Both men took plea deals with the prosecution and became Crown witnesses. Minot had confessed to being contracted by MacDonald for $3 million to commit the murder, but instead subcontracted the killing to Barnes. MacDonald's former employee, who had knowledge of the murder, received a suspended sentence. When you're dealing with cases where the bulk of your credible evidence is coming from persons who have pleaded guilty to any offense and they have agreed with the prosecution to give evidence against the accused or to assist the investigations, the challenge for the prosecution and the police is witness care, how to keep the witnesses engaged throughout the process, Llewellyn said. Intellectually, strategically, as advocates and as prosecutors, they did very well in what was a very challenging case to maintain their concentration and their high level of performance over the 6 months, the DPP said of Rowe and Cook. She also thanked the 14 witnesses, including the 2 who had pleaded guilty and gave evidence for the prosecution. "I wish to thank them for honoring their part of the plea negotiations. My greater commendations also to the jurors. We commenced the case 6 months ago with 7 jurors, and we ended the case with 7 jurors. That is a fantastic achievement. And the jurors, to me, are a shining beacon to other citizens in this country about what doing your duty as a citizen is when it comes to jury duty. I would ask other persons to emulate them in stepping forward to do jury duty," Llewellyn said.